Welcome, acolytes. Comedian show axed after Liverpool parade joke. Again, this is still going on. The pendulum swings back, but there will still be things like this, especially if you're in the, let's just say, more primitive countries when it comes to certain opinions, like the UK. And yeah, let's just say I am not a fan of canceling a comedian just because he made a joke. But let's hear what Count Dankula has to say about it, what actual news there are. And I think if I remember correctly, he actually knows the guy personally, so yeah.
Andrew Lawrence has been cancelled yet again. Now, I like Andrew, and I had a wee chat with him just yesterday about this.
See.
Andrew is a very, very talented comedian, very, very funny comedian. He was all over the TV back in the day. He's played in the Apollo. He's done all that stuff. He was a pretty major figure. He's a very funny comedian. I've performed with him. We've done a show together and everything as well. Great comedian, very, very funny, and he was very, very popular on TV. He was doing very, very well for himself, and then he made the mistake of voicing his right-wing opinions, and memory hole, just vanished from the mainstream completely, because right-wing comedians are not allowed on the TV. I know, big mistake that he made there. You know, you can't be honest about your politics if you also want to have any kind of job in media as a whole. But unfortunately, he made a little bit of...
Yeah, that's a sad truth, but in the end of the day, I mean, I admire him for actually speaking out. It's not like I am against it, but also I am of the opinion you can actually infiltrate and change things way better if you're in the building itself or if you're in the group itself. So I wouldn't have done that personally. I mean, you know how I speak about the freak station that's out right here. But in his case, he lives in a country that's, let's just be quite frank, is very, very highly against white people. That's, no matter if you do a joke or just exist, that's already an offense made. May it be just a little one. I mean, Count Dankula had a was Nazi pug joke that actually got, well, effed over, and nothing could help him because the entire thing is just so corrupt. It's, yeah, so I wouldn't have done that on his place because it's not worth actually. No, it's not worth losing the chance of actually doing way more good in the long run. That's how I see it. But I also respect his decision of actually telling it. Not gonna shit on him because of that.
a joke about the Liverpool parade, and he got his show cancelled over it. A comedian who joked about the Liverpool parade crash has had an upcoming show cancelled following a social media backlash. Andrew Lawrence said he would drive through crowds of people to get out of the city. It was like he said, I would also drive through crowds of people to get the fuck out of Liverpool.
Yep.
Right, and it was met with a mixed reception. You know, I mean, I thought it was a funny joke.
Yeah.
But anyway, in a post that has prompted more than 7,000 responses on X, at least 65 people were injured in Monday's incident, and Caddies in Southend has cancelled Lawrence's upcoming gig, saying it did not condone or support the comment. I mean, you did book Andrew Lawrence.
Yes.
I don't know what you expected. The 37-year-old responded he was disappointed the venue had lost their courage after being bombarded with abuse and threats of violence from online trolls. Many of the comments in the comedian's posts have expressed anger at its insensitivity, with one user describing it as horrific. Now, this is a major problem that we have up here, where basically in Scotland it's very, very hard to find a venue that's not controlled by some left-wing nutter. Like, that's just the way it is. So some of the venues we have to get, we need someone who is an actual hard case, right? Usually gangsters are usually people that are connected to some certain groups where Antifa will look at them and go, nah. Like, yeah, that's what we have to do now if we ever want shows up here. But basically, we've also had venues before that are like, yeah, don't worry, we can totally handle any of the abuse that we get from the wokies, and then after a single day of getting spammed with phone calls, they call us up and cancel the show. Right,
That's insane, by the way. That's I think insane. At least like pay the guy up. It's okay.
Even had one. I tell this story a lot about the place that we had over in America. Now this place didn't host our show. It was hosting the after party. It was a little family-run business. It was a little like brewery, like beer company. It was like a bar/brewery place, and lovely, lovely people, wonderful people. They were very, very nice. And just because they hosted our after party, they got review bombed, they got harassed, they had damage done to their venue, and people also found their 14-year-old son on Facebook and were sending him death threats on Facebook.
So, and yes, those people still think that they are morally superior to you. I just want to point out, because those freaks are just...
So well done, Antifa. You sent death threats to a 14-year-old boy. Yay, you brave freedom fighters. But anyway, police are continuing to question the suspected driver of the car that crashed into the crowd, which had gathered for Liverpool's Premier League victory parade. We send everyone impacted by the tragic events in Liverpool our support and prayers, the Caddy spokesperson said. Responding on X, Lawrence described the cancellation of his gig as understandable but disappointing. I will reschedule for later in the year at a different venue in Southend. Sorry for the inconvenience. Have a great day, he added. Lawrence has also posted a video skit on Instagram based on the incident in Liverpool, which has prompted a similar backlash from users. In 2021, his stand-up gig in Hampshire was cancelled after racist comments he made about England's black footballers. It wasn't racist comments, it was a joke. It was a joke that he made. Fucking BBC misrepresenting people. Challenge. Impossible. But, yeah. Andrew Lawrence is a good guy and a very, very funny comedian. And whenever his show gets rescheduled, if you could be nice and you're in the area, buy a ticket and help the guy out.
Yeah, a short one on point one, but still, I mean, the thing is, this is always such a freaked up thing. It's just, why? Why is, the pendulum just isn't far enough on the correct direction. It's just come on. We need to accelerate it. But still, if you just meet a freak like this, always remember, they will literally, if they can get away with it, they will literally off your kids. Yes, there is no moral compass there. And you cannot defend yourself against something like this without any kind of actual backlash. But as it is, good night.